Andrew Rogers, glad to welcome you back here on the Eagles Sports Network as we are moments away from the start of the series finale between Carson-Newman and Newberry. The Eagles have used late offense to win each of the first two games in this series. Yesterday, the Eagles scored 4 times in the 8th to rally for a 4-run win. And then earlier today, the Eagles rallied from down 3-0 in the 8th, scored 3 times to force extras before a Sebastian Rodriguez walk-off sacrifice fly lifted Carson-Newman to the series win. And now, instead of just a series win, the Eagles can try to get a series sweep at home for the first time this season, and will try to do it for just the second time overall this season against a Newberry team that's not been swept this year and has lost just its second series of the year, and now they both have come in consecutive series. Starting pitcher is Drew Fletcher. The freshman will pitch in a conference weekend start for the first time in his career. 6 starts so far. This will be the 6th for Fletcher, a 4.2 ERA in 21 innings on the mound. Just 7 strikeouts and 11 walks for the rookie righty, who is ready to roll for his 8th appearance of 2026. Fletcher against Luke Compton, Bryson Knuckles, and Keeler Osbin to open the series finale here on the Eagles Sports Network. Tyler Jetting, the home plate umpire. Chuck Henson at first. Eric Nolan is at third as we get underway at 3:31 with Fletcher's first pitch changeup outside for ball 1. Temperature, as we expected it to, has increased to the mid-50s. This ball's chopped back up the middle for a base hit. It bounces its way through the 2 middle infielders, and Luke Compton has his first hit spanning the games played today. A single up the middle opens the series finale. 56 degrees and sunny, wind gusts still up to about 20 miles per hour out toward right field. Don't expect the temperature to increase much more than what it's at right now as these two teams play this series finale. Drew Fletcher has to work with an early base runner as he faces Bryson Knuckles, and the first pitch to him is fouled back for strike 1. Bryson Knuckles started his first game of the series earlier today, 1 for 4 for the weekend. He went 0 for 3 in his start. His only hit was a pinch hit knock in yesterday's game. 0-1 pause for Fletcher. Knuckles shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a high breaking ball. It's a 1-1 count. Drew Fletcher starting in place of Colton Kaysen, who is not going to pitch this weekend for Carson-Newman. First time in 2 seasons, Carson-Newman's not had Kaysen pitching a series finale in a conference weekend series. 1-1 breaking ball is bunted back to Fletcher. His only play will be to first, and he makes the play. Sacrifice bunt by Bryson Knuckles, a 1-3 putout, is the first out of the ball game, and it moves Compton into scoring position. Bunted up into the air. If Fletcher was just a hair quicker, he may have been able to catch that off the fly, but elected to just play it conservatively, and now he'll face Keeler Osbin. Fletcher's had some really good moments in his 5 starts leading up to this appearance. As he sets in the first one to the lefty Osbin, he checked his swing and went around just enough for called strike 1. Fletcher was a reliever in the win over Shorter on Tuesday. He's got 2 separate starts this year in midweek games of scoreless baseball. 0-1 pause and a pitch home is into the turf. Rogers blocks it to the side, and he'll have no throw to third. Good jump by Compton, and he'll take off on a wild pitch by Drew Fletcher. A ball and a strike on Osbin with a runner at third here in the first for the Wolves. Another check swing, but a strike anyway issued in by Fletcher, and it's 1-2. Osbin batting for the Wolves. He's homered this weekend. Newberry's only home run by him back in the first game of the series yesterday in the 3rd inning. 1-2 from the rookie is grounded sharply to short. Sebastian Rodriguez has it. Eagles will trade a run for an out. On the ground ball to Rodriguez at short. Game's first run scored in the opening inning, and it's 1-0 Newberry. 2 away now for Josh Bandy. Here's the rest of Newberry's batting order in this series finale. Finn McLaughlin is after Bandy. Campbell McCurry is the starting catcher in the 6th spot. Parker Murgo makes his first appearance of the weekend with Chandler Mims and Lugo rounding out the Newberry order as Fletcher misses outside for ball 1 to start Bandy's at bat here in the finale with 2 away. 1-0 fastball, a jam shot, a slow roller to first. It is a foul ball. It veers just foul as Logan Floyd was approaching the ball as it got near the first base bag. Defensively for Carson-Newman, a couple changes. We mentioned Sebastian Rodriguez. It's his first game in the field this weekend. He's at shortstop. Aiden Gibson back at third base after ending the first game of the day at short. Maddox Green, Braxton Smith, Bradley Soto Diaz left to right in the outfield. Cole Nathan, Logan Floyd at second and first. And Jacob Rogers makes his first start of the weekend here in the finale. And he catches a high fastball from Fletcher to move the count to 2-1. Just the 10th start of the year for Rodriguez. 7th in the field, and Rogers also out there making his 10th start of the year. His Bandy's out in front of a breaking ball, just barely fouled it off for strike 2. Newberry, we mentioned Parker Murgo starting as the DH in the 7th spot. Just be his 6th start of the year. He only has 4 hits so far this season. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the opening inning. Newberry leads 1-0. Fletcher's 2-2 is high and inside. Bandy has to get out of the way of the inside heater. And the count remains, or it goes full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Fletcher back to work, trying to get the final out of this opening inning. Slider popped up high and out of play. Rogers lost the mask, but sees it land out of play near the seating area off to the right of the press box here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. And Fletcher will ready up for another payoff to Josh Bandy. Slider, again, fouled back. 7 pitch at bat so far from Bandy with 2 away in this series finale. Where does Fletcher go here? He's gone to a fastball and a slider, and a 3-2 is a fastball high for ball 4. Well-earned walk by Josh Bandy. 8 pitches to reach first base with 2 away, and now it's Finn McLaughlin. The left-handed hitting third baseman waits on a first one from Fletcher with 2 outs, and it's a fastball outside at 85 for ball 1. McLaughlin has 1 hit in 8 at-bats this weekend. He has not driven a run, despite 6 different Wolves having driven a run this weekend. Fletcher will pick to first base. So valuable that Carson-Newman was able to win the first 2 games of the series, knowing that Colton Kaysen was not going to pitch this weekend. Most of the time when opponents go into the series finale, you kind of have an idea that that last game is going to be maybe the most challenging as Fletcher misses outside with a fastball, and it's 2-0. Head coach Tom Griffin's going to come chat with his rookie pitcher, who has missed on 3 consecutive pitches. Most of the time, though, when teams go into that finale, their mind's thinking, oh, we got to go up against an All-American, one of the best in the league. Not the case this weekend. Certainly Newberry probably did not know that Kaysen was going to pitch this weekend, but the feeling definitely different when you don't have to go up against an All-American who has 19 wins and 23 career starts and has pitched 14 consecutive scoreless innings. Instead, the Eagles turning to Drew Fletcher. And he's trying to navigate around a two-out situation here with a runner on base and already a run across for Newberry in the opening inning. The Eagles have now won 4 games in a row. They've won 10 of their last 11 here in the month of March. They opened the month with losses in 3 of their first 4 and have just gone on a tear, with the only loss in the last 3 weeks being the middle game to Tusculum on the road last weekend, 9-6, a game that Carson-Newman led in the final 3 frames too. Picked to first base after the mound visit. In fact, Carson-Newman's losses in the month of March are just 4, and they're all by 3 runs or less. Carson-Newman's worst loss of the year is a 5-run loss to Anderson in the series opener on February 28th as Fletcher goes back to first again. Eagles have been very competitive, even though the record's 19-12, and they've had to battle its way back to get this sack record at 10-10. This team's been very competitive. 2-0 pitches outside. It's now 3-0. One of these 2 teams will have 20 wins by the end of the game. Both teams at 19 wins for the year. 3-0 pause for Fletcher. And he misses again well outside. 5 straight have missed the zone here by Drew Fletcher in the opening inning. Has brought now Campbell McCurry to the plate. His 11th start of the year and his first appearance at the plate this weekend. He came in as a defensive replacement in the 9th inning of the game earlier today. Carson-Newman's already getting its bullpen active as Fletcher comes set. And the first one home is a fastball high. That's 6 in a row now that have missed the strike zone. A ball and no strikes on Campbell McCurry. 7 hits and 35 at-bats for the junior catcher this season. 1-0 fastball finds the strike zone. Ends a stretch of 6 straight misses. And now Fletcher can try to get back into a groove here late in this opening inning. The inning began with a Luke Compton single up the middle. A sac bunt moved him over. A wild pitch got him to third. He scored on a ground out. And now back-to-back walks have put guys on first and second as McCurry takes inside for ball 2. The righty Fletcher comes set with 2 on and 2 out in the first. Fastball chopped to short. Rodriguez attacks it, fields on the run, and throws to first, inning over. Much needed defensive play made by the rookie Rodriguez to help out his fellow rookie Drew Fletcher. We're through a half inning. Newberry's got an early 1-0 lead before Carson-Newman comes to bat for the first time here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
1-0 Newberry after the top of the first. Here's Carson-Newman's lineup that will begin the home half of the first inning. Leading off for the Eagles, back in the lineup after not playing earlier today is Colton Evans. He'll DH again. Maddox Green makes his second straight start in left. Logan Floyd, a near 400 hitter, hits third again. Bradley Soto Diaz in the cleanup spot. Cole Nathan bats fifth. Sebastian Rodriguez, after his walk-off sac fly, will hit sixth. Braxton Smith, Aiden Gibson, Jacob Rogers, 7 through 9 for Carson-Newman. Gibson headlines the lineup for Carson-Newman. He's got 5 hits to lead the way for a Carson-Newman offense that has 20 hits in 2 games, with 15 of those coming yesterday in the victory. That lineup to face Will Rissmiller for Newberry in this opening inning. 24 2/3 innings for Rissmiller this season. This will be his 3rd start of the year. 3 wins, no losses for the 5'11 freshman out of Isle of Palms, South Carolina, and Bishop England High School. Rissmiller, a 4.7 earned run average, 24 2/3 innings pitched, 18 walks to 13 strikeouts. The freebies have limited his success, 25 total, 18 walks, 7 hit batters as a freshman this season. He has allowed at least a run in 5 consecutive outings, and he goes to work against Colton Evans to open the home half of the first in a 1-0 game. Evans shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 1 away from Rissmiller. Carson-Newman's got to feel pretty good, certainly after you win the first 2 games of a series, but also knowing that you won 2 games against 2 really good Newberry pitchers, as Evans takes a strike. Nick Rydell deserved to win that game earlier today. He was terrific. 7 1/3 scoreless. All the runs that scored on him in the 8th were charged to him, but they were unearned runs because of 2 fielding errors by Newberry. High breaking ball, 2-1. Tough luck loss for Newberry. Rido takes a no decision in the contest. It's Caden Hansen that lost the game in the 10th. Certainly a game Rido, though, pitched well enough to win. They went Carson-Newman's way. That's why the Eagles can go for a sweep here in this contest as Evans takes low and he's ahead 3-1. Three-1 runs inside. It's a 5-pitch walk to open the home half of the first for Carson-Newman. And now Maddox Green. Right on cue. We talked about Rissmiller's inability to be consistent in the zone, and right on at the start of the game, he misses with 4 of his first 5. And Newberry's got it. 2 guys jogging out toward the bullpen early on. The umpire calls for time to allow those individuals to run out, as they have to just barely move over into the field of play to open up the right field gate to get back there. Maddox Green stands in for Carson-Newman, a 3.04 hitter in his freshman season, waits on the first one and takes a breaking ball in the turf for ball 1. Green makes another start today, 1 for 5 earlier in game 1 of the day, making his 21st start in the Eagles lineup. Shows bunt again, takes a 1-0 fastball for a strike. That ends a stretch of 5 straight misses from the freshman righty, Rissmiller. Fair lead for Evans at first base with nobody out. Ball and a strike on Green. He shows bunt again, will bunt it first base side. Rissmiller will field it, flip it high, but Lugo, the 5'11 second baseman, will snare it out of the air. And it's a sacrifice bunt, a 1-4 sack bunt for Maddox Green. Advances Colton Evans into scoring position for Logan Floyd. Carson-Newman's played a little small ball to counter Newberry's efforts so far. We'll see if it pays off for CN here as they bring their best hitter and top run producer in Logan Floyd to the dish with a guy in scoring position with 1 away. Breaking ball low for ball 1. 396 average for Logan Floyd. He's been on base in 15 straight games. Collected a hit in 4 at-bats in the game earlier today. Long pause for Rissmiller, down to 3 on the pitch clock. Now he offers a breaking ball that Floyd fouls back. Carson-Newman only has 1 series sweep this year. That was Emory and Henry 2 weekends ago on the road. 14-2, 12-0, and 5-3 victories against one of the worst teams by a record in the league this season. This one would obviously mean much more because you would have the opportunity and would have swept a team that was 8 games above 500 in league play entering the weekend. 1-1 breaking ball is a good one on the inner half for strike 2. 2 strikes on Carson-Newman's all-conference first baseman. Evans aboard after a leadoff walk. He's moved to second after a sac bunt. They'll pick back to second base, and the throw was nowhere near second base. Luckily, Lugo was in a good position, still away from the bag, to be able to catch that and not allow Evans to get to third. A hole open on the right side for Floyd, who waits on a 1-2. And he fouls it back. Floyd has a team best 36 runs batted in this year. Tied for 5th most in a conference entering today's games. Waiting on another 1-2. Here it is from Rissmiller, and it's outside. Good waist pitch. Placed it well, but it was outside for ball 2. Floyd has been an elite hitter in his 3 seasons here with Carson-Newman. All conference each of the first 2. Another 2-2. This one is to short. Diving play by Mims. He's got nowhere to go with it, though, because that was in the hole at short. He was just lucky to keep it in the infield. It'll be an infield single for Logan Floyd. He's reached base 16 straight games now, and he puts runners on first and second with 1 away for Bradley Soto Diaz. Soto Diaz 1 for 5 this weekend. Batting with 2 on and 1 out. The first one home, a swing and a miss. Takes a big hack at a breaking ball. 20 RBI for Soto Diaz entering the weekend. Nobody on this team had a better conference batting average than Soto Diaz on this Eagles team. He had entered the weekend batting .380 for those that have started double-digit league games on Carson-Newman's team this year. 0-1. He stays away from this breaking ball. That is outside for a ball. A ball and a strike with Newberry ahead by a run. High and inside, 2-1. Two balls and a strike, 2 on, 1 out, 1-0 Wolves. Soto Diaz batting. He swings and fouls the next one off, and the count evens at 2-2. Wolves going to shift defensively after that Soto Diaz swing. Bandy and right, sliding more over to a straightaway right, so there's a big gap between center and right field. You've got the center fielder, Luke Compton, moving just to the left. Out in deep center, 2-2 to Soto Diaz. He fouls off another pitch to stay alive. Something came off Soto Diaz's bat right in front of home plate. The catcher, McCurry, looking at it and flips it to Cole Nathan. Six pitch at bat. So far, 2-2 pause for Rissmiller. Fastball away, 3-2. Really good sequence here from Bradley Soto Diaz. He steps back in to wait for a 7th pitch, but time is called. And Tom Griffin wants to talk with his hitter. a rare time you'll see an in-at-bat conversation, especially with 3 balls and 2 strikes. But it's a pretty big situation here because it's an opportunity to where if you get walked, you load them up, you get a base hit, you may tie the game. The set for Rissmiller, and he runs high and inside to Soto Diaz. Bases loaded for Carson-Newman. Cole Nathan coming to the plate. Carson-Newman has loaded the bases here in the opening inning, trailing by a run against Newberry here in the first. Carson-Newman entered the weekend with 9 hits with the bases loaded. They have 2 this weekend. Nathan gets an opportunity. The first one he sees is hit softly to right, and it'll slice out of play. Strike 1 on Carson-Newman's second baseman. We've talked about it all weekend and throughout the season. Hitting with the bases loaded, not easy for Carson-Newman this season. The Eagles are 11 of 59 with the bases loaded this year. Batting a .186 as Nathan takes a breaking ball for called strike 2. Nathan himself is 1 of 5 in situations like this season. He has not driven a run this weekend. He had a great time to do it for the first time right here. 0-2 from Rissmiller. Swing and a miss. Out in front was Nathan of a breaking ball. And there's 2 away. Big second out recorded by Will Rissmiller. And now he'll face the hero from game 1 of the day and game 2 of the series, Sebastian Rodriguez. The shortstop Rodriguez bats with the bases loaded and 2 outs. First one he sees is into the turf for a ball. What a first inning this would be for Will Rissmiller. He's walked 2 and given up an infield single. Less than half his pitches have been strikes, and he can still pitch a scoreless inning, but he's behind 2-0 on Rodriguez. Just feels like the way Rissmiller has pitched, it's just been ineffective. It hasn't been good enough to go a scoreless inning. But he can do it with just getting 1 more out. 2-0 pitch to Rodriguez is into the turf again. It's now 3-0. So he got Cole Nathan to strike out on 3 pitches, and now his first 3 to Rodriguez have all been outside the strike zone. The freshman looks in. And now he sets for a 3-0. Into the turf, 4-pitch walk. Some of those weren't even close. Carson-Newman ties the game. A bases-loaded walk by the rookie Rodriguez ties the game. And now time call in the Wolves infield is going to come have a conversation out on the mound. This first inning has been a long first inning both ways. We're almost a half hour into this game. And we're still in the first inning of this series finale. The 7-hitter Braxton Smith gets his first opportunity with 2 away and will bat with the bases loaded. Doesn't go down as a hit for Rodriguez, but the Eagles have another RBI with a bases loaded situation as Braxton Smith stands in and will bat for the 5th time this year with the bases loaded. He's 1 for 4. And Carson-Newman give Drew Fletcher and their pitching staff some runs of support early. Smith has the chance to do it. He shows bunt and takes a strike. Could come down to a bullpen game in which team has some guys out of the bullpen that can give them some quality innings in this 7-inning affair. 0-1 pitch. Outside corner, a strike. 30-pitch opening inning from Will Rissmiller. He's allowed a run on just a hit. He's walked 3 already, but he's a pitch away from escaping this bases-loaded jam. 1-all with 2 away. The pitch is low and outside. Smith thought about it, but he just had enough awareness to stay away from a breaking ball that was well outside. 1-2. Good block by McCurry as well. The umpire going to give McCurry a second to adjust his catcher's mask prior to a 1-2. Both parties back into position. Now Rhys Miller comes set. Eagles have him loaded here in the first with the game tied at 1. 1-2. Check swing grounder to first. Osbin will field it himself and the inning's over. Carson-Newman threatens thanks to some walks in the opening inning, but they only score once. A run on a hit, no errors, and the Eagles leave them loaded. We've played an inning. We're tied at 1 here in Mossy Creek.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
We head to the second. We're tied at 1 as Drew Fletcher continues to warm up prior to this second inning of work here on the Eagles Sports Network. We'll take you around the South Atlantic Conference baseball scores so far from today's action. Catawba dominates Coker again, 14-1 in 8 innings there in Hartsville, South Carolina. Mars Hill continues to be a sneaky good team. They defeat Anderson 4-0, and they can sweep the Trojans in a game that's currently in action. Lenore Ryan in control against UVA-Wise, 14-7 in the 9th. Wingate is up 14-8 on Emory and Henry in the 7th inning of that game. That's who Carson-Newman sees here at home next weekend, as Parker Murgo takes a strike to open the second. Murgo, a .250 hitter, 4 hits, 16 at-bats this season. LMU and Tusculum playing a good one. It's 8-all in the 9th. Sharp grounder, but right to Rodriguez at short. He crow hops and launches across the infield for a 6-3 putout to open the second. Now Chandler Mims. Keep an eye on that LMU Tusculum score. The Rail Splitters are ahead of Carson-Newman in the league standings as Mims gets ready to bat with 1 away in the second inning. Carson-Newman starting to make its way up the table slowly but surely. Still a month of conference play left as Fletcher fires in a strike at 86. Rail Splitters enter the weekend series. They're playing their first game still, by the way, of the weekend. They're 12-6. They have a 4-game edge on Carson-Newman, who's 10-10 now. 0-1. The pitch is a ball, but the appeal is a strike. Sims went around, and it's 0-2. Fletcher ahead 0-2, trying to get his first punch out of his 6th start of the year, and he misses well outside on his waist pitch. One ball, 2 strikes on Chandler Mims with 1 away, and he takes high on a fastball. It's 2-2. Mims this weekend, 1 of 7. There's only 3 Newberry hitters with multiple hits this weekend. Josh Bandy's 4 lead the way. 2-2 to Mims. Slider hit high in the air to center. Braxton Smith is going back. ranges to his left at the last second to make the catch. And there is 2 outs now in inning 2. And here comes Jomar Lugo. Lugo has been a tough out for Carson-Newman, and mainly because his 5'8" stature has been hard to pitch to. Lugo has been walked 6 times in 8 plate appearances. He takes a slider high for ball 1. He has not recorded a hit this weekend, but has been on base more than 75% of the time. It's been hit by a pitch as well. 1-0 breaking ball, inner half for a called strike. So far, so smooth for Drew Fletcher in the second inning of work. The righty gets back into his wind, a 1-1. Inside corner, a called strike again. 2 strikes on Lugo. Back-to-back fastballs from Fletcher have him ahead. And a pitch away from a 1-2-3 second frame. Here he goes. Inner corner, 2-2. Long look in for Fletcher. Pitch clock down to 10 as he winds and offers. A slider outside. The TrackMan strike zone had that one in there. Not according to Eric Nolan. Or check that, Tyler Jetting, the home plate umpire. Now the payoff to Lugo. No. Ball 4 outside. Back-to-back pitches that looked very close to being strikes. Instead, it's ball 4, and Lugo's walked for a 7th time this weekend. The last 2 pitches of that at-bat were in the TrackMan zone. 2-out runner for Luke Compton now. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike. Jacob Rogers was out of his stance and moving to the dugout, and then he asked the umpire if that was a ball, and he said yes. That's how confident he was behind the plate that it was strike 3. 0-1 set for Fletcher, 1 on, 2 out, and a tie game. Compton takes outside. 40 pitches now for Fletcher. Compton's got the only hit for the Wolves so far, later scored on it. As this one's grounded through the left side for a base hit. It's going to get into left field. Green will field cleanly and keep Lugo at second base, but this inning's continued because of a pair of misses by Fletcher that appeared to be strikes, but he didn't get the calls. And now the Wolves are trying to take advantage of it. And they've got 2 on and 2 out in the second for Bryson Knuckles. Two looks at second for Fletcher. The first one to Knuckles. He thought about it and stays away from the strike. That was an 82-mile-per-hour pitch. 1 for 4 weekend for Bryson Knuckles, a 300 hitter in his junior campaign. 0-1 runs inside for ball 1. See if Fletcher can get back into a rhythm. He was cruising through this second inning and then lost Lugo after jumping out in front 1-2. He's even against Knuckles with 2 on in the second. Ball and a strike. Slider trying to go to the outside part of the plate and missed. Two balls and a strike to Bryson Knuckles. Fastball chopped to third. Gibson will field and take it there himself at third for the final out of the inning. Some 2-out life from Newberry, but they strand 2 in the second. We head to the home half of the second, and a game tied at 1 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Aiden Gibson will lead off against Will Rissmiller here in the second inning on the Eagles Sports Network. Andrew Rogers, glad you're back with us. Carson-Newman has won a 3-game series against Newberry for the 3rd consecutive season. Last time that was done in this series was back in 2008. Carson-Newman won the series opener and finale in 2008. To cap a stretch run where Carson-Newman had won consecutive series in 04, 05, 06, 07, and in 2008 as Gibson lines the first pitch to right center field. This is going to be extra bases for the senior who one-hops it off the wall and right. Gibson rounding first. He'll stand up at second with a leadoff double. What a weekend for Aiden Gibson. His 6th hit is his 2nd double this weekend against the Wolves. First pitch swinging as well. And now Jacob Rogers gets his first at-bat of the weekend. Rogers shows bunt, pulls it back because the breaking ball is outside for ball 1. That stretch of winning series in 04, 05, 06, 07, and 08, the longest streak of series wins for Carson-Newman all time against the Wolves. They've won 3 straight now and can sweep Newberry in this game as Rogers takes low and inside again for ball 2. Carson-Newman has not swept Newberry in a weekend series since 2010. 2-0 fastballs a strike. The last series sweep by either teams was in 2017. That was Newberry. They did it in 2015 and 2017 before Carson-Newman's in 2010. 2-1 inside fastball. 3-ball, 1 strike count now on Jacob Rogers. As Carson-Newman tries to grab its first lead of the finale. Three-one pause for Rissmiller. Ball 4. So first and second, Rogers had showed bunt initially. Looked like maybe it could be a sacrifice situation. Instead, he ends up just needing to hold on to the bat to take 4 straight misses from Rissmiller. And there's runners on first and second with nobody out. Corners playing in for the Wolves. Evans shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a high fastball for ball 1, 85 on the radar. Evans was walked in the first. Rissmiller's walked 4 Eagles the first time through the order. 1-0. Evans shows bunt again, bunts it third base side. Beautiful bunt. Rissmiller fields with his bare hand and has no play. He throws to third, but Gibson was already there safely. An infield bunt single for Colton Evans. Loads him up. Time called, and Newberry is going to the bullpen. Rissmiller's day is over after 10 batters. 1-1 game. We'll tell you who the reliever is for Newberry here in the second after this.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Mason Brady comes in for the third time this season. 3 1/3 for the redshirt sophomore. And a Hanahan, South Carolina, 6'3", 215 is the redshirt sophomore. Both his appearances are outside of league play. They've been in midweek games against Southern Wesleyan and USC Aiken. He's allowed 4 hits, a run to score, a walk with 4 strikeouts. Mason Brady enters with the bases loaded and nobody out for Will Rissmiller, who continues to struggle with his command. He's responsible for all the runners on base, and he records just 3 outs and 10 batters faced, gives up a run, at least for now, and has walked 4 guys of the 10 that he faced. Remember, he entered the game having the inability to find the zone consistently. He entered the day with 18 walks in 24 innings. He adds 4 more to that total and just getting 3 outs. All right, bases loaded batter is Maddox Green for Carson-Newman to face the reliever. Maddox is one of 2 Eagles with a team-high 3 hits this year with the bases loaded, one of which won a game earlier this year against Cedarville all the way back in the second weekend of the year. Corners playing in. Green shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes an inside breaking ball for ball 1. One ball, no strikes on Maddox Green. He shows bunt again and takes a strike. Newberry's infield charging. The first baseman, Osbin, giving more of an effort to charge in, which then shifts Lugo to cover first if Green keeps the bunt on. Third baseman was staying closer to the bag there. 1-1. Green doesn't show bunt and takes a strike. 1-2 count on Carson-Newman's freshman left fielder. Eagles trying to grab an early lead. They didn't lead until they won the game earlier today. 1-2. Green fights off a slider. You got the 3-hitter Floyd after Green, and you've got Soto, Diaz, and Nathan to follow, and Rodriguez. So the best part of Carson-Newman's batting order. Could have opportunities to follow Green in this second inning. 1-2 again. Green hits it softly to second. Lugo flips to second for 1, back to first. It'll be a double play. Eagles do score a run, though. And it's 2-1, but Newberry gets 2 off the bases, and with 2 outs, there will be just a runner at third. 4-6-3 turn. Now Logan Floyd for Carson-Newman. The Eagles have their first lead of the game and of the day. Only lead earlier was on the game winner. Floyd takes low and outside for ball 1. He had a base hit off Rissmiller in the first inning, was stranded at third base, though. Ball into the turf again by Brady, blocked by McCurry. To keep Rogers close at third base. Bases loaded double play ball has put 2 outs on the board, but it has brought home Carson-Newman's second run to take a 2-run lead, or a 1-run lead at 2-1 as Floyd takes a low breaking ball, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Carson-Newman's winning streak at 4 games. In league play, it's up to 3. At home, it's up to 3. Trying to close the weekend with another victory. And Floyd will take a 4-pitch walk. Didn't even have to move the bat. 4 low breaking balls. Never found the zone. Corners occupied for Bradley Soto Diaz. Soto Diaz steps out for a second as head coach Tom Griffin gives some instructions to his runners and his hitter prior to this 2-out situation. First pitch, breaking ball outside. 5 straight misses now from Mason Brady after that double play ball. Making just his 3rd appearance of the season and first in league play. It comes early in the finale. 1-0. Breaking ball into the turf. Good block by McCurry to keep the runners put. 6 straight misses now from Brady. Quick look in for Brady. He comes set with 7 to pitch. He's back in the strike zone. Good slider at 78 to clip the outer edge. We have not had an RBI base hit in this game as Floyd takes off on the 2-1 and Soto Diaz floats it to right. This ball's sinking in. It'll drop for a base hit. There is the game's first RBI base hit. It comes off the bat of Bradley Soto Diaz to make it a 3-1 Carson-Newman advantage. Floyd in motion on the pitch, goes first to third. Rogers scores. The Eagles lead by 2. It's a 2-run second now. Soto Diaz drives in his 21st run of the year. And now Cole Nathan tries to keep the 2-out party going. All the runs that had scored had been on either ground outs or a bases loaded walk up until the Soto Diaz knock. And now Cole Nathan with the corners still occupied. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes high ball 1. This inning began with Aiden Gibson's double to right center field. The only outs recorded was on a Maddox Green ground ball double play. Runner from first takes off. There's not going to be a throw. It's a stolen base for Soto Diaz. Ball 2 low as well. Soto Diaz swipes his 10th bag of the year to get into scoring position. 2-0 to Nathan is a breaking ball across the plate for called strike 1. Mason Brady's had to throw 17 pitches to what is currently his 4th batter faced. In this second inning, he entered at the bases loaded, nobody out. 2-1 offering. Another low breaking ball. This one just a hair low, and it's 3-1. Trackman had that one in the strike zone. Called a ball, though. 3-1 count. Hitters count for Nathan with 2 in scoring position. That one's a strike. Good slider at 78. That one was a little bit higher than the previous one, so it gets ruled a strike. And we'll have a payoff. Runners won't need to run here, even though it is 3-2, 2 outs. First base is open, so no reason to just take off on this pitch. Payoff to Brady. Nathan chops it on the ground is short. Mims waits on it, throws it across the diamond, and ends the inning. Carson-Newman, though, strikes for 2 runs to take its first lead of the finale. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 2 left in scoring position. 2 complete innings in the books. It's a 2-run advantage for Carson-Newman.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large 1-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large 1-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Three-one game as we get ready to start the 3rd inning here on the Eagles Sports Network. 2 innings of 1-run ball from Drew Fletcher so far. 45 pitches to navigate the first 2 frames as he faces the 3-hitter Osbin and he takes the lefty does ball 1 outside. Told you about that Tusculum Lincoln Memorial score. The Pioneers took a lead in the 10th. They're up a run with 2 outs to get to try to win the opener against LMU as Fletcher's fallen behind 2 balls and no strikes. Fletcher's got the sign from Rogers. His 2-0 is outside, 3-0. Carson-Newman's success here in March has been documented mainly because of its ability now to find ways to win these close games, whether it be with offense, good pitching, good defense. Fletcher back into this at bat. With Osbin, it's 3-1. Eagles have won now their last 5 games that have been decided by 2 runs or less. 3-1 on the way. Foul back by Osbin, and Fletcher's trying to battle back from behind. Carson-Newman 7-6 now in games decided by 2 runs or less this season. Fletcher's 3-2. Foul ball. Fletcher back to work for a second payoff to Osbin. It runs inside for ball 4. So Fletcher now has issued 4 walks in his first conference weekend appearance and start. And pitching with a 2-run lead for the first time, now gets ready to go against Josh Bandy. Bandy, the cleanup hitter, has the most hits by a Newberry hitter this weekend. Hitting cleanup in the finale. First pitch, fastball, a strike. The Wolves trying to avoid just their second 3-game losing streak of the season. 0-1. Bandy shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes called strike 2 on the outer half. Newberry's 3-game losing streak this season, longest of the year, was at the end of February. Lost the finale to Wise, a midweek to Francis Marion, and the opener to Emory and Henry. 0-2, swing and a miss. The high heat for Drew Fletcher to record his first strikeout of the game. One away gets Newberry's cleanup guy swinging. And now in steps Finn McLaughlin. Wolves only have one home run this weekend, only 14 for the year. Carson-Newman has more this month than Newberry has all season. As Fletcher will pick to first, and certainly not having that power game doesn't allow you to, at least consistently not having a power game, doesn't allow you to be able to change the game quickly with one swing, just like in this situation to try to tie the game. First pitch to McLaughlin is high for a ball. Certainly Finn is a capable player to do it. He does have a home run this year with 12 RBI. But nobody has more than 2 home runs in this Newberry offense this season. Fletcher comes set for a 1-0. McLaughlin hits it hard on one hop to Rodriguez. A flip to second for one. Back to first. Double play. Eagles were shifted well, perfectly defensively, and Rodriguez turns 2. 6-4-3, double play ends the third. It's the Eagles up 2 as we head to the home half of inning 3 on the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shopseeandeagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
Mason Brady back to work for Newberry. The Wolves trail Carson-Newman 3-1 after a double play ball. The Eagles can go back to work offensively. And it's Sebastian Rodriguez who helped start that double play to step in to lead off this third inning here on the Eagles Sports Network. Brady, a scoreless inning to help get out of that bases loaded no-out jam in the second inning. The runs were charged to Rissmiller, the starter, as the first pitch of the frame is a nice slider across the plate for a strike. To Rodriguez. Sebastian has put together a multi-hit performance this weekend. He went 0 for 3, but had 2 RBI in the first game and places a perfect bunt down the third base line. Throw to first, gets away from Osbin, and will allow Rodriguez to reach safely. It's going to depend on whether Rodriguez was going to get to the first base bag by the time the throw got there, for whether it'll be a hit or an error. It was a great bunt by Sebastian. McCurry's throw would have been an out had it been a good throw, so it is going to be a throwing error that allows Rodriguez to reach. Now Braxton Smith shows bunt, bunts at first base side. The pitcher Brady will field cleanly and throw on to first. So a 1-4 sack bunt with Lugo covering the bag is the first out of the inning. Eagles have a guy in scoring position with one away for Aiden Gibson. Going back to that Lincoln Memorial Tusculum game, LMU scores the tying run with 2 outs, so they're going to the 11th, tied at 9. That's the first game of that series. 3-1 here in Jefferson City. Carson-Newman by 2 runs, trying to add on to it here in the third with Rodriguez at second. Gibson batting, the first one home, nearly hit him. Breaking ball stayed high and in. A great weekend so far for Gibson. He is 6 of 8 from the plate against this Wolves pitching staff. 1-0. Sharply hit ball through the left side, a base hit. Rodriguez had to wait a second, so he gets the stop sign at third. Another hit this weekend from Aiden Gibson. His 7th hit in 9 at-bats puts the corners occupied. First and third, Gibson's just finding gaps left and right and continues to hit the baseball all over the yard. He went right center for a double in the second, and he goes through the left side for his single here in the third. And now Jacob Rogers with the corners occupied. A set for Brady at the bell. Rogers pokes it through the right side, a base hit. Jacob Rogers increases Carson-Newman's lead. His 5th ribby of the year makes it 4-1. Rodriguez's run for now is unearned because it was him scoring on an error, but the Eagles do get him home to make it 4-1 on Rogers' RBI single. 7th hit of the year for Jacob. First and second, 1 out. Colton Evans batting now. Back to the top of the order. First pitch inside and low for ball 1. When Colton Evans leads off for Carson-Newman, good things have happened. The Eagles have won 11 of their 12 games with Colton leading off this season. Corners playing even at the bags for now as Evans waits on a 1-0. And he takes low for ball 2. 4 unanswered runs right now from Carson-Newman spanning the first, second, and third innings. Eagles have scored at least once in each of the first 3 innings of this series finale. The set by Brady, he lifts and fires. The 2-0s hit sharply on one hop to short. Mims flips to second for 1, back to first. It is a double play to end the inning. Evans hit at 92 miles per hour off his bat, but right to Mims, who starts the 6-4-3 double play. Jacob Rogers drives in Carson-Newman's 4th run and increases Carson-Newman's lead to 4-1 after 3 here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Drew Fletcher has an extra run of support as he gets ready to warm up here in the 4th inning. With his team ahead by 3, 4-1 here on the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman's routed off 4 unanswered runs, and Newberry will try to bring that to a halt. They're trying to get some runs themselves down 3 with 12 outs to go. It's a 7-inning series finale, and so you got to get your offense early and often to win these finales because they're just 7 innings. And that's what Carson-Newman's done so far. 6 hits to score 4 runs, while Newberry just has a run on 2 hits. 4th inning starts with a McCurry bunt attempt, and he fouled it off. Strike 1 on Newberry's catcher Campbell McCurry, who is 0 for 1. Carson-Newman softball collected a walk-off victory earlier today over at the Vic as Fletcher goes outside corner for called strike 2. Eagles led 1-0, gave up a run in the 7th, and then needed an 8th inning walk-off hit from Maddie Saunders to defeat the Lions 2-1. So in a pair of Diamond Sport doubleheaders, as Fletcher's 0-2's high for ball 1, both Carson-Newman teams walked off their oppositions to start the day. Softball's up 4-1. Down 2-1 in the 4th as McCurry lifts one high out toward left field. Green going back to the wall. He has just enough room out in deep left to make the catch. Long drive by McCurry, but a long fly out to the wall for out number 1. And now Parker Murgo. Carson-Newman softball trails 2-1 as they head to the top of the 4th there, just across the way at the Vic. One out on the board for Drew Fletcher and the Eagles here in the 4th. Outside fastball starts Murgo off of the ball. .235 average for Parker Murgo this season. His first appearance this weekend comes in the finale. Next one home, a strike on a slider inner half. The redshirt sophomore hitter from West Columbia, South Carolina, has not collected a hit in conference play since earlier this month against Coker. Swinging a line drive and right on cue. There's his first hit in conference play since earlier this month. He lines one to right center for a base hit. Soto Diaz cuts it off to hold Murgo to a long single. And now Chandler Mims, good piece of hitting there. Newberry team that entered the weekend tied for 3rd in the league at 19-12 and 13-5 overall has dropped, or 13-5 overall in league play. They've dropped their first 2 this weekend. Down 3 right now in the 4th, in danger of being swept for the first time this season. As Fletcher misses to start Mims' at bat with the ball. It's a Newberry team that is trying to respond from last year, went 25-27. 1-0 is a flare softly to right. Soto Diaz waiting on the fly ball will get in the correct position to make the catch, and there is 2 outs on the board now. Murgo stays put at first. In steps the 9-hitter, Jomar Lugo. The Wolves have not been swept in a conference series since late March by Catawba. They were swept in the final series of last season before the conference tournament by Francis Marion, but that was a non-conference series. First pitch to Lugo was an inner 3rd fastball for a strike. Last season, the Wolves suffered 2 series sweeps. They were swept by the top 2 teams in the league that also made the NCAA tournament to join Carson-Newman, Catawba and LR. Ball 1 away by Fletcher, and the count goes to 1-1. 3 2/3 of 1-run ball from Drew Fletcher so far. He's worked around 4 walks in the game and gets Lugo to foul one back to work ahead 1-2. Fletcher's 4 walks came early in this start. He had 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, another in the 3rd. Trying to go without 1 here in the 4th. Long pause, and now he goes to first. More than an hour into this series finale, it's the Eagles by 3. First runner on first, 2 outs, 1-2 count. High fly ball foul. On pitch 70 from Fletcher in his first conference start. Colton Kaysen not available this weekend for Carson-Newman's pitching staff, and so the Eagles had to alter their weekend rotation, went to Henderson to open, Higgins to start game 2, and now Fletcher to finish things off. And he misses outside to Lugo to make it 2-2. Even with the change and without an All-American on the mound, Carson-Newman's pitching staff has fared well this weekend, and the bats have been there to help out as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. The pitch is a swing and a miss. Nasty slider from the freshman Fletcher, and he has his second K of the contest, and it ends the 4th. No runs on a hit. The Wolves strand a runner in the 4th. Eagles by 3 after 3.5.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Home half of the 4th for Carson-Newman. 2-3-4 scheduled to hit for Carson-Newman. Maddox Green, Logan Floyd. And Bradley Soto Diaz on a very sunny day here in Jefferson City. No clouds in the sky. The only thing that could make the day just a hair nicer is maybe some warmer temperatures. But the sun's been out all day, even with 56-degree weather on this late March Saturday. First pitch of the 4th from the reliever Mason Brady is inside for ball 1. Nearly hit Green. He had to shrug out of the way of it to stay in this at-bat. Now the 1-0. Softly hit grounder foul for strike 1. The series finale against Catawba has totally changed Carson-Newman's month of March. 1-1 to Green. Breaking ball breaks across the plate for a strike. 1-2. Eagles had to rally against Catawba in that series finale to win 6-4 back on March 7th. We're in danger of losing all 3 in the series by close results, as Green fouls one back. First 2 were 6-5 and 10-8 losses in games that Carson-Newman felt like they should have won because they were up late in those games in the final 3 innings, but let them get away. But did not allow that to affect the finale, and Cole Nathan hit a 2-run home run late to help the Eagles win that game. As Green hits one off the end of his bat softly to second, Lugo fields on the run and throws out Green for out number 1. But that finale has turned out to be the exact game that Carson-Newman needed to not only get one in that series against a third-ranked team in Division II, but they've gone on to win 7 times entering this weekend, and now 9 times since, as Floyd takes a strike. And that starts a stretch, and has started a stretch, where Carson-Newman's won 10 of its last 11 games and is 9 outs away from winning an 11th in its last 12. Floyd takes a strike and a ball to see a 1-1 count with 1 out in the 4th. In a 4-1 game, next one home is hit off the end of his bat foul. Looped onto the football bleachers for strike 2. Lincoln Memorial walks off Tusculum in the opener there in Harrogate. A walk-off hit-by-pitch. In a game that featured 32 hits. 1-2 hit sharply to short, right to Chandler Mims, and he gathers and throws on to first for out number 2. Here's Bradley Soto Diaz with 2 away and no one aboard. That was a very back and forth game in Harrogate. Tusculum had to score 3 times in the final 2 innings to force extras. Took a 10th inning lead just to lose it in the bottom half, and then went 1 out, 1-2-3 in the 11th before LMU's winner on the hit by pitch. First pitch ball to Soto Diaz. That score kind of close to keep an eye on just because LMU is next up, along with Mars Hill in the league standings, for Carson-Newman to try to jump. Ball gets away from the pitcher on the throwback to the mound, so Brady will have to walk after it and get back to the mound prior to a 2-0 pitch to Soto Diaz. Mars Hill looks like it's going to sweep Anderson. Lions are up 4-1 in the 7th, so the Lions going to keep hold of 6th place as Soto Diaz skies one high out toward shallow right center. Lugo into the outfield grass, called off by the right fielder Bandy. He makes the catch to retire this side. 1-2-3, 3rd inning, or rather 4th inning for Mason Brady. It's 4-1 Carson-Newman as we head to the 5th on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeAndEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeAndEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
What a response here from Drew Fletcher as we get set to start the 5th inning. He gave up a first inning run, and then after allowing the run in the first, gave up or walked 2 straight batters, but got out of that inning and since has tossed 3 scoreless innings after it. He's got a couple of strikeouts as well to pair with just allowing 3 hits through 4 innings of work, along with just the 1 run to score. He will face the top of the order for the Wolves, 3rd time through the lineup. Luke Compton will lead off with 9 outs left to get. Even Carson-Newman down some relievers this season, early in the year, middle of the year, and down a starting pitcher this weekend. They've got some guys left to use down the stretch in this game as Fletcher opens the inning with a strike. Like there was some barking from Newberry's first base dugout, and the home plate umpire, Tyler Jennings, used his right hand to say none of that. Next one, Compton bunts at third base side. Gibson charging, Fields on the run. Throw will not be made. Infield single. Perfect bunt by Compton to begin the 5th. Haven't seen that too much. Carson-Newman's been ready for it most of the time, but that was well done by Compton. May have caught Gibson sleeping just a bit. An infield single to third base brings Bryson Knuckles to the plate. First one of the DH. Or check that left fielder in this game is a ball outside. .1-0 set for Fletcher. Ground ball to short. Rodriguez to his right, but it gets under him into the outfield for a base hit. First and second now. Now the three-hitter, Osmond, will come up. Time call. Jacob Rogers will talk it over with Drew Fletcher after back-to-back runners have reached to open this fifth inning. Carson-Newman head coach Tom Griffin will join the conversation on the mound. I don't know if it was going to be a double play ball, but certainly could have gotten an out on that ground ball to short, but Rodriguez moving to his right just didn't get under it enough, didn't have his glove close enough to the turf. And now it looks like the Eagles are going to go to the bullpen. Carson-Newman bringing in a reliever, 2 on, nobody out, and a 3-run game in the fifth. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through auto owner's insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Four-one game, tying run is going to come to the plate, but not before McCain Mangum warms up prior to making his 9th appearance of the year. 7 innings, 10-2 earned run average for Mangum this season. 6 strikeouts to 4 walks. He has allowed a run in 6 of his 8 outings, and in 4 straight he's allowed a run. Pitching in a weekend contest in conference play for the 5th time in his 9 appearances this season. 6'1" righty out of Ringgold, Georgia, takes the ball from Drew Fletcher, who is responsible for the 2 runners on base. 3-run game. Carson-Newman in front. Fletcher would be in line for the victory should the Carson-Newman advantage stay in its hand and it not lose a 4-1 lead. Keeler Osmond will be the batter. He's got 2 on and nobody out. The lefty waits in the first one and swings and floats it to center. Moving over into the gap is Braxton Smith. He makes the catch waist high for out number Wood. Good range from the sophomore center fielder. He was first pitch ready, and he catches the fly ball out for the first out of inning 5. 1 pitch, 1 out from Mangum out of the pen. (4-1), 2 on for Josh Bandy. First pitch swinging. He's way behind a fastball at 88. Wasn't close to the strike zone either. He chased it for strike 1. (4-1) Carson-Newman advantage. They scored 4 times in the first 3 innings as Mangum misses outside for ball 1. Eli Norris yet to pitch this weekend. Denver Slifka has not pitched this weekend. Other options that Carson-Newman has available in its bullpen is Bandy is hit by an inside fastball, and that will load the bases for the Wolves. And here comes Finn McLaughlin. Just barely clipped his left wrist, and the bases are juiced for Newberry's third baseman. One swing could give the Wolves their first, the lead back in this finale. 4-1 game, McLaughlin 0 for 1. Hit into a double play in the third. Fastball high for ball one. Mentioned Norris still available. Slifka has pitched in these weekend conference games as well. Aaron Bobo, Braxton Roberts, among others. James Salico, Cam Butler. All that can be available to help close this thing out. Mangum misses back-to-back times with now 2 balls and no strikes. The count on Newberry's third baseman here in the 5th. Nobody holding any of the runners. Carson-Newman's defense plays normal depth up 3. 2-0 fastball, a strike. Two-one on the way. Swing and a miss. Back to the fastball at 86. And there's 2 strikes on the board. Could be a big second out if Mangum can get the 5-hitter. Finn McLaughlin. Mangum's ready. So is McLaughlin. 2-2. Swing and a drive to right field. Back goes Soto Diaz. He is at the wall, and it is off the wall. Newberry has added 1 run. Here comes a third to the plate that throws a good one, but it's offline, and it's a 2-run double for Finn McLaughlin off the wall and right to make it a 1-run game. Almost left the yard as well. A 2-run double for Finn McLaughlin makes it a 1-run game. Four, 3, 2 in scoring position with 1 out, and here comes Campbell McCurry. Carson-Newman's infield plays in. The first one home is fouled back. Newberry showing exactly what it did yesterday and what head coach Tom Griffin expected this Wolves team to do, and that's never quit. Even though they've struggled offensively at times, and over the last 3 innings, McLaughlin comes up with a big hit. And there are 1 hit or fly ball away from tying this thing up. 0-1 for McCurry, or to McCurry's a high fastball throw down to third. Back safely, though, is Bandy in a diving effort. 1-1 count. One set, the pitch. Slider floated softly to right. This ball is going to drop in to tie the game. Runner rounding third is going to get the go sign. Here comes Soto Diaz. It's throw. It's a low one. It's wide of Rogers and gets away from him behind the plate. 2-run single for Campbell McCurry, and Newberry has the 5-4 lead in the 5th. Now Parker Murgo, the DH. with the Wolves putting up a 4 spot here in the 5th, and Mangum misses outside for ball 1. Back-to-back 2-run hits for Newberry to grab a 1-run lead here in the top of inning 5. 1-0 pause. Mangum looks at second twice and now pitches. A ball that's hit softly to the first baseman, Floyd. He'll take it to the bag himself. 3 unassisted is the second out. McCurry moves to third. Here comes Chandler Mims with 2 outs. And the Wolves in front. Carson-Newman's second error of the inning. Hoped to allow a run come across for the Wolves. First one is a high fastball for ball 1 to Chandler Mims, who's 0 for 2. Couple of fly ball outs as Mangum tries to work around this 5th inning and limit the damage that's already been done. 1-0. Runs inside, ball 2. This inning started with an infield bunt single by Luke Compton. He's 3 for 3 as Mims takes high and inside. It's 3-0. This is the 8th batter of the inning for Newberry's offense. 3-0 set for Mangum. He's back in the strike zone, 3-1. First time an opponent scored 4 times or more in 1 inning since March 7th at Catawba, or at home against Catawba. A foul ball behind Rogers makes it 3-2. Catawba in the finale scored 4 times in the 6th inning. That's the last time Carson-Newman pitching has allowed 4 runs or more in an inning. That was 3 weeks ago exactly. 3-2, slider away, ball 4. Corners occupied for Jomar Lugo now here in the 5th. Newberry has batted around in the 5th. They entered the inning down 4-1, and they're at least going to take a 1-run lead into the home half of the 5th. Mangum sets first one home as a fastball for a strike to Lugo. Lugo 0 for 1. No hits for the 9-hitter all weekend, but he's reached base several times because of walks and hit by pitches. 0-1. High fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike count. Throw down to third on a back pick, and he's out. They catch the runner at third, McCurry sleeping, and a pickoff attempt and a great throw by Rogers ends the frame. Newberry, though, scores 4 times in the 5th inning and takes a 5-4 lead on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Mason Brady entered this game with his team losing, and now, over the course of his 3 scoreless innings out of the bullpen, he will pitch with the lead for the first time here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 12 batters faced. He's allowed 3 hits. The only run was an unearned run to score. In the home half of the 5th inning, or in the home half of the 3rd inning, and now he pitches in the home half of the 5th with his team ahead 5-4. Here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex on the Eagles Sports Network. 5, 6, 7. Cole Nathan, Sebastian Rodriguez, Braxton Smith are Carson-Newman's scheduled hitters in the 5th, with the Eagles down a run. First one to Nathan, line drive back up the middle, a base hit. Perfect start to the frame, a hanging breaking ball lifted into center field for a base hit. Nathan has his first hit of the game, and that's how the 5th inning starts. Cole's second hit of the weekend. Now Sebastian Rodriguez. Time called, and Newberry's going to make a change or two potentially here after the Brady base hit he allowed. 5-4 game. Remember, Newberry's got a couple two-way guys, so they may be. It looks like Keeler Osmond's going to come in to pitch, which will then shift some things in this Newberry batting order. Osmond is going to be the pitcher for Newberry. We'll tell you who the new first baseman and more on the new pitcher when we return to Jefferson City, Tennessee on the Eagles Sports Network.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
All right, the left-handed first baseman and now pitcher, Keeler Osmond, warms up for Newberry prior to facing Sebastian Rodriguez. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. The two-way Osmond has appeared in 7 games this season. He's made 6 starts. This will just be his second relief outing. Most of his appearances have been out of conference games. He does have 2 conference appearances. One was 4 scoreless against Anderson. Another was 5 outs recorded against Coker back on March 7th. So the 6'2", two-way lefty out of James Island, South Carolina, will pitch for Newberry in a 1-run game with the go-ahead run at the plate and the tying run on the bases. So what this does to Newberry's lineup, Mason Brady done. Osmond comes in to pitch, and he is now the pitcher, still hitting in the 3 spot. The DH spot was Murgo. He comes in the game to play first. First pitch to Rodriguez is outside for a ball, 1-0. And that means if a new pitcher comes in for Newberry after Osmond, then that 3 spot in the order will have to be the pitcher or a pinch hitter. Strike one to Rodriguez in this lefty-lefty matchup. Rodriguez shows bunt, tries to bunt it down the third base side, but fouls it off. One-two to Rodriguez is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Sebastian. With nobody out in the home half of the 5th. Carson-Newman down a run. 2-2 from Osmond. Swinging a softly hit ball to second. Lugo will tag the runner, throw to first, double play. 4-3 turn. Two outs now for Braxton Smith. A couple of times Newberry's turned some timely double plays, and they get a massive one there to end what looked like to be maybe a chance for Carson-Newman to get some 5th inning life to try to answer back as Smith takes ball 1 high. Next one from the lefty, drops in for a strike. One fastball stays up in the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. On Carson-Newman's center fielder Braxton Smith, a sac bunt in inning 3. Along with a ground out in his prior plate appearances here in the finale as he skies one foul to see the count go even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eagles have lost what was once a 3-run lead after 4 because of Newberry's 4-run 5th. 2-2, swing and a miss. Smith strikes out, and a double play ball sends Carson-Newman down in order. We're through 5 in the finale. Newberry by a run.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large 1-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large 1-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Eli Norris warms up for Carson-Newman to make his team-leading 14th appearance of 2026. 19 1/3 innings for the senior right-hander so far in his final season, a 4.1 ERA. A higher walk total than he'd like, 23 walks in 19 1/3 innings, but he's a big strikeout guy, 24 of them this year. Just 3 off a career best in a season as well. This will be career appearance 45 for Norris, who is coming off 3 scoreless innings against Shorter in a victory on Tuesday. He'll face 9-1-2. Jomar Lugo, Luke Compton, and Bryson Knuckles trying to keep this Carson-Newman deficit at just a run. The righty from Ringgold, Georgia, takes the ball from another native of Ringgold, Georgia, and the first pitch is a strike. Good start for Eli Norris out on the bump. For Carson-Newman, first pitch strike to Lugo, who stands back in 0 for 1 in this game. And he takes low now for ball 1. No changes from Carson-Newman's batting lineup, just pitching changes so far in this finale. Eagles got some good production from its bench late in the victory earlier today. High end inside with ball 2 from Norris. Norris working exclusively from the stretch as he comes set. It's 2-1 high as well, 3 balls and a strike. So a first pitch strike and now 3 straight balls. I've put Lugo in a hitter's count. He's been walked a bunch of times this weekend. He's been walked once in this game. And now for a second time in this game. 4 straight misses. That is the 8th walk by Carson-Newman's pitching staff to the 9-hitter Jomar Lugo this weekend. Now Luke Compton, the leadoff guy, who's 3 for 3. Norris trying to find his command again. 4 straight misses to walk Lugo here in the 6th. First one to Compton, who shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a called strike. So Norris has started each of the first 2 batters he's faced with a strike, but he lost Lugo. Let's see what he does with Luke Compton in a 1-run game in favor of Newberry. Ground ball foul down the right field line for strike 2. 2 teams with 19 wins, and only one will have 20 when this weekend series is complete. For Carson-Newman, it could be a sweep. For Newberry, it could be salvaging a game. After almost basically gift-wrapping one for Carson-Newman to take. A couple of errors helped the Eagles tie it in the 8th at 3 in that first game of the day. 0-2 pitch gets away from Jacob Rogers. And this will see Lugo run to second base without a throw. Time called by the home plate umpire. 1-2 count. Norris trying to get the first out of this 6th inning in a 1-run deficit for Carson-Newman. Compton waiting. Swing and a miss. No, foul ball. Foul ball. Rogers did not snag the foul tip by Compton, who stays alive. He chased an outside fastball, just barely clipped it. Floating ball to left. This will drop in for a base hit. It one hops into Green's mitt, and it's a single for Luke Compton. He's 4 for 4 after 2 hits all weekend entering this finale. First and third for the Wolves. Up a run. And now Bryson Knuckles. Knuckles puts his toes on the white of the batter's box as he swings and misses at Norris's first fastball. Knuckles 0 for 2. 1 hit this weekend was a pinch hit base hit in the series opener in the 9th inning. Newberry's left fielder here in the finale shows bunt and pulls it back for ball 1. Eagles playing double play depth Corners playing toward the middle of the infield. Our middle infielders playing toward second as they try to hope to get 2 outs. Would probably trade a double play ball for a run as Norris will step off. High and inside, 2-1. Two ball, 1 strike count on Bryson Knuckles, trying to drive his first run in of the weekend series here. He checked his swing on an inside fastball to make it 2-2. Norris known so much for his strikeout ability. Be a great time for him to get his first of this game to then be a double play ball from escaping this 6th inning. The senior righty sets at the belt and will pick to first. Just lob it over to Logan Floyd. One would figure at some point they're going to put Luke Compton in motion. He's got 13 stolen bases this year. Second most on the team. He's at first right now. Short lead for him, though, as Norris pitches a 2-2. Swing and a miss. There it is. There's the strikeout from Eli Norris. Much needed. His first of the game is the first out of the 8th, or 6th inning. Final 2 frames of this 7-inning series finale. Big out recorded by Norris. His 25th of the year and 71st for his career. Third by Carson-Newman pitching today. Brings the first baseman and now pitcher, Keeler Osbin, to the plate. Norris pauses, and the first one home is a high fastball for ball 1. It does set up a double play opportunity here. A ball on the ground. If the Eagles can turn 2 to get out of this thing with that out on the board of striking out Knuckles. 1-0 offering. It's a called strike. Surprised that we haven't seen Compton go in motion with his speed. Over at first base, he really hasn't got an extended lead either. 1-1 set for Norris. Here he goes, and it's a half-hearted swing by Osbin. Did he go? He did not. Really felt like the pitcher went around there. A second look for those watching, and not close. Just maybe kept those hands back enough. The 2-1 pitch from Norris, low for ball 3. There is a base open. Second base is open, so it'd still keep a force play in line if Norris does lose Osbin here in the 6th. 3-1 home. Fastball chopped to the right side. The only play is going to be to first. Nathan will flip it to Floyd. A run scores on a ground out by Keeler Osbin, and it's 6-4 Newberry. RBI ground out for the pitcher to help himself, and the advantage for Newberry is 6-4. Runner at second is Compton now with 2 outs for Josh Bandy. Low ball 1 on a fastball at 90. A first inning walk, 3rd inning strikeout, 5th inning hit by pitch. And Josh Bandy's 3 plate appearances in the finale. 1-0. Norris misses again, 2 balls, no strikes. Just 11 strikes and 23 pitches right now from the senior right-hander in this relief outing. Pop fly foul by Bandy makes it 2-1. 5 unanswered by Newberry. Most consecutive runs that the Wolves have scored without seeing Carson-Newman score in this series. And will that be the difference in this series finale? It felt like Carson-Newman could run away with this one, up 4-1 after 3, but that's not been the case. Swing and a miss. And Norris is a pitch away from limiting 6th inning damage. 2-2 home. Low ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bandy batting, Compton at second base. He's the only guy aboard. He doesn't have to move on this pitch. Here comes Norris home. Fastball grounded to short. Rodriguez to his left. His throw is in time and ends the inning. Newberry adds on a run of an insurance in the 6th. The run on a hit, no errors, and they leave a runner in scoring position. Carson-Newman has 6 outs left to play with, down 2 in the finale. This is the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shopcneagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shopcneagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopCneagles.com.
(8-9-1) for Carson-Newman. Aiden Gibson is the first Carson-Newman batter scheduled to hit for the Eagles in the 6th inning against reliever Keeler Osbin. The two-way player has come off the Newberry bench, or has come off the Newberry infield to pitch here down the stretch as he drops in a first pitch strike on his 11th offering of inning number 6. Gibson has had a great series, 7 hits and 9 at-bats. He's 2 for 2 in this game, and he hits one well out towards center field. Moving to his right, though, is the center fielder Compton. Good barrel on ball by Gibson, but hit it right to Compton for the first out of inning 6. Jacob Rogers holds on to his bat, and he'll bat here in the 6th inning in a 2-run game. Rogers stands in after an RBI single in the 3rd. He's walked and scored and singled in a run. His single in the 3rd is Carson-Newman's last run in this game as Osbin gets a foul ball to start the at-bat against Rogers. Next one home from the lefty, high fastball for ball 1. Soft liner out toward right field. It'll hang up for the right fielder, Bandy. Had a good beat on it and was playing shallow to make the catch. 2 fly ball outs and 2 quick outs here in the 6th inning for Carson-Newman's offense. Just 4 outs left to play with as Colton Evans comes in. Again, most of the time Colton Kaysen is pitching these 7-inning series finales, and when you jump out to a 4-run lead or a 4-1 lead after 3 or 4 innings, most of the time you could probably feel pretty good about your chances to win, but no Kaysen this weekend. Drew Fletcher got the ball, and Him and the bullpen have tried to piece this 7-inning game together, and it's not been the same as a Kaysen start. As Evans has taken back-to-back pitches for balls. Carson-Newman's staff today, Fletcher's given up 3 earned runs, McCain Mangum's given up 2, and Norris has given up 1. Trying to piece together this finale for Carson-Newman baseball. 2-0 to Evans is a called strike. 15 pitches now from Keeler Osbin out of the pen. Or check that, 17 or 18 now and 11 strikes. 2-1, late swing by Evans, and he's behind the fastball that makes the count 2-2. Two-two set for the left-handed two-way player. Liner foul by Evans. (6-4) Newberry in the 6th inning. Line drive through the right side, a base hit. Evans finds the gap through the right side, and the Eagles have some life in the 6th inning with Colton Evans grabbing his 2nd hit of the finale. And now a 2-out batter is Maddox Green. Heart of the order here coming up. Eagles, regardless of how this at-bat goes, will have a heart of its batting order coming to the plate in the 7th, so certainly you'd like to try to get some 2-out offense here, but even if you don't, Carson-Newman should feel pretty good if this deficit's 1 or 2 runs entering the final inning to make a late push. First one in the turf from Keeler Osbin for ball 1. Newberry has been on the tough side of some recent results. A 1-run loss in extras earlier today. 2 one-run losses last weekend to LMU. 1-0 line drive to left field. This ball is going to drop in for a base hit. Back-to-back 2-out knocks here from Carson-Newman's Evans and Green. Put 2 on, 2 out for Logan Floyd. The tying run at first and the go-ahead run is stepping into the batter's box. Floyd changed the game in the 8th inning yesterday with a 2-run shot to give Carson-Newman the lead for good. Time called as Floyd will step out with the music kept playing. The Wolves have been on the wrong side of some close results here as of late. Can they finish one of these games off here recently? First one to Floyd. Breaking ball hit high out toward left center field. Moving over is Knuckles. He's charging in. He makes the catch. And the 6th inning is over. Carson-Newman provides some 6th inning drama, but 2-out singles and Green and Evans are left aboard. We have 1 inning of baseball left in the finale. Wolves by 2.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Denver Slifka into the game for Carson-Newman to pitch to start the 7th inning. This will be Slifka's 9th appearance of his redshirt freshman season. 8 1/3 innings for Slifka this year, 6.48 earned run average, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts for the 6'3" righty who toes the mound for Carson-Newman here in a 2-run game. Carson-Newman got the tying run on base and the go-ahead run to the plate, but was unable to take advantage. Slifka's first one is bounced foul down the right field line by Finn McLaughlin. 5 unanswered here by Newberry. Over the last 2 frames, and the Wolves are actually going to send a guy or 2 out to the bullpen to warm up, potentially to close this thing out in the 7th, bottom half. Some issues with the baseball as it was hit foul down the line and right. 2-run game. Ball into the turf, gets away from Rogers, and it's 1-1. Slifka 6'4", earned run average. This is appearance number 5 in conference play. He has not allowed an earned run since February 24th here at home against Lee as he misses outside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Newberry's 5-hitter with Luke White and Parker Murgo scheduled to follow. Hard hit ball on the ground right to Floyd at first. He'll scoop it up cleanly and take it to the bag himself. 3 unassisted opens the 7th. Carson-Newman softball and a good one over at the Vic. 4 all in the 7th. Both Carson-Newman Diamond Sports have walked off the first games of doubleheaders. And the softball team will have a chance to do it twice in one day if they can keep Mars Hill scoreless in the top of the 7th. Meanwhile, Carson-Newman baseball would need a rally in the 7th to overcome a 2-run deficit as Luke White takes the first pitch of his first at-bat of this finale for a ball inside. He came in as a defensive replacement in the 6th inning. Next one, a fastball from Slifka to even the count at a ball and a strike. Carson-Newman baseball's won 4 in a row, 10 of its last 11. Only 1 conference loss since March 7th, but in danger of losing here in this finale. Breaking ball is a called strike to White, and it's 1-2. Only one series is closed. Mars Hill sweeps Anderson 4-0 and 4-1 victories for the Lions. Breaking ball away makes it a 2-2 count. LMU, we talked about rallies to beat Tusculum. Catawba looks like it's going to sweep Coker. They're up 3 in the 7th. No other series will conclude in a timely fashion like ours here today. Next one to White is outside for 3-2 now. Wingate's won the first 2 against Emory and Henry. That second game will be played, or is being played right now as well. That's who Carson-Newman's next opponent is. Breaking ball fouled back. Eagles will be facing a Bulldogs team that will have single-digit losses potentially heading to Mossy Creek. They'll play, the Bulldogs will, a midweek game against Belmont Abbey before coming to Jefferson City for a pair. It's a good Bulldogs team that's had a bounce-back season. Payoff to White. Breaking ball drops in. A great pitch by Denver Slifka. He's got his first strikeout of the contest. 2 up, 2 down start to the 7th. And now the DH, the first baseman rather, Parker Murgo. Start of the game as the DH. Slifka's 7th strikeout of his redshirt freshman campaign. First one to Murgo inside, ball 1. In the 7th, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 for Carson-Newman, Bradley Soto Diaz, Cole Nathan, Sebastian Rodriguez. 1-0 on the way. Bunt shown and missed by Murgo for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 away in the 7th, and it's a sharp grounder to second. It'll be a 1-2-3 7th for Denver Slifka and Carson-Newman. Is that some momentum that gives the Eagles a chance to rally in the final inning? We'll find out together after this.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Four, 5, and 6 against Keeler Osborne, who will try to finish off Newberry's series finale here. 2 scoreless for the lefty since entering the game. He is in line for the victory because he was pitching when Newberry took the lead. I actually checked that. It would be Mason Brady. He pitched to the first guy in the 5th, and that was the inning in which Newberry took the lead 5-4. And so it would be Osborne in to finish off a save opportunity, as Bradley Soto Diaz is going to be pinch hit for here. And the Eagles will turn to Tanner Kilgore to try to jumpstart this final frame. Kilgore to pinch hit for Carson-Newman. He's worked his way back from an illness this season. And he'll be the batter for Carson-Newman off the bench to face Osborne, who's thrown 17 strikes in 25 offerings toward home. Kilgore off the bench this season in situations like this is 0 for 3. And he takes ball 1 to start his at-bat. Next one home, inside for ball 2. A .250 hitter is Tanner Kilgore. Had a great sophomore season and has had to battle through that sickness mono that kept him out for a month. But he's back and healthy, hoping to provide some life to Carson-Newman's offense in this game and the rest of the year. He takes a strike. It's 2-1. Osborne has been great in his two-way abilities this series, but also on the mound especially as he misses low to Kilgore, and it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Any rally needs that first guy in the inning to get on. See if Kilgore can do that. He's a ball away from reaching. 3-1 is down the middle and fouled back, strike 2. Osborne this season, a former starting pitcher, just his second relief appearance, trying to save his first game of the year for a Newberry team that has just 3 as a club. 3-2. Kilgore checked his swing. He did not go. No, the home plate umpire says he did, while the first base umpire says he did not. The home plate umpire says there's not going to be an appeal anyway, because the home plate umpire said no, and now the first base umpire requests for time, and they're going to talk it over here. The catcher appealed immediately, I believe, because the home plate umpire did not make a definitive signal. Kilgore looks like he went around. The home plate umpire, he points to first base to ask for the appeal, it appears. He uses his left hand to point. Whether that was indicating maybe he went around or maybe he wanted the appeal at first or not, we'll see. But Head coach Tom Griffin's going to get an explanation on the third base line, which to me says that Kilgore is going to be struck out here to start the seventh. As of now, it is a strikeout. We're going to get another look at it. Watch the home plate umpire for those watching. He points in a delayed way. Is that to the appeal or is that to the hitter? The way he offers initially is that it looked like he was going to call him as an appeal to first and then eventually called him out swinging, and they are going to say that Kilgore's struck out on his check swing. One away. One out. Eagles down to their final 2 outs with Cole Nathan coming to the plate. Keeler Osbin works from behind to get the job done there. And now he drops in a breaking ball for a strike to Cole Nathan. Nathan 1 for 3. Facing the lefty Osbin for the second time. He singled against him in the 5th. 0-1. Breaking ball dropped in and fouled off by Nathan for strike 2. The win would go to Mason Brady, would be his first. The save would go to the guy on the mound in Osmond if he can close this thing out for the Wolves. Fastball away for a waste pitch, 1-2. It'd be a loss for McCain Mangum. He gave up the go-ahead runs in that 5th inning. That would be the difference if this exact score stayed the same. Breaking ball is grounded on a couple of hops to short. Mims fields it waist high and throws to first for out number 2. Carson-Newman down to its final out here in the series finale. Sebastian Rodriguez will try to continue this 7th inning for Carson-Newman. The Eagles were up 4-1 after 4, had 9 outs left to get in this series finale and have given up 5 runs in innings 5 and 6 to see that 3-run lead evaporate. Rodriguez, the last life. The first one to him is outside for ball 1. No Colton Kaysen today for Carson-Newman. Newberry offensively finally got to Carson-Newman's pitching when it mattered, as the 1-0 is a fastball low from Osbin. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Keeler Osbin trying to finish this thing off. Would be his first save of the year. Here's the 2-0. It's a fastball knee high for a strike. Rodriguez was the hero in the first game today. Walk-off sac fly in the 10th to win the series for the Eagles. Can he keep things going in the finale? 2-1. Line drive to left. That will extend the game. A one-hop single into the mitt of Knuckles into left, and the Eagles will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 7th inning. And the Eagles will turn to a power bat in Matthew Bishop, their precious pinch hitter, who has 6 hits in 12 pinch hit at-bats this season. Matt Bishop to pinch hit for Carson-Newman. 2 outs in the 7th, tying run at the plate. First from Osbin, breaking ball stays high. Aiden Gibson would be next. He's got 7 hits and 10 at-bats this weekend. Extended lead for Rodriguez at first. Next one to Bishop is an inside corner fastball to level the count at a ball and a strike. Matt Bishop has 1 home run this season. That was at Anderson to help start a rally earlier this month. What can he do against the lefty with 2 outs? 1-1. Grounder foul. He was late. Strike 2. Eagles down to their final strike. 1-2. Outside, ball 2. Don't even need a home run if you're Bishop, just something that extends this thing to another batter. Newberry's not going to hold Rodriguez. The runner doesn't mean anything. It's the batter that means everything. 2-2. Line drive softly into right center field, a base hit. Rodriguez round second. He'll head to third. The tying run is on base, and the winning run is coming to the plate. Matt Bishop, a little floater into right center. Rodriguez advances to third. Time called by Newberry head coach Jay Snyder, and he's going to make a slow walkout to the mound to discuss things over with his infield and his pitcher. These two teams have played a fantastic series all weekend. Carson-Newman has been able to find itself on the right side of the first two games. Games that Newberry has been right in. The Wolves were tied with Carson-Newman at 7 in the 8th of the opener. Ended up losing it 11-7 because of Carson-Newman's 4-run 8th. And then earlier today, Newberry led 3-0 in the 8th inning. Lost the lead and then lost in extras. Can Carson-Newman rally for the second time today in the doubleheader in the final frames? They're down 2 in the 7th. They'll have the winning run stepping to the batter's box. And the tying run being a pinch runner out at first base. After Bishop's pinch hit single, Kylan Hornbuckle will be the pinch runner, so he represents the tying run. He's got great speed. The lefty Osbin sets at the belt. First one to Gibson is inside and low, ball 1. Well, what an opportunity here. For Aiden Gibson, he has been so good this weekend. 7 for 10. 1-0. Hornbuckle takes off. Pitches low for a ball. Throw down to second is not in time. Hornbuckle with the risky steal. He slides in safely on a ball in the turf. The Eagles have the tying run in scoring position now. 2 balls, no strikes. Osbin sets, and the pitch to Gibson's grounded softly. McLaughlin keeps it in the infield. His throw is low, but it is caught by Osbin. The tag not in time. 6-5. The Eagles within a run. It's going to be an infield single for Aiden Gibson, his 8th hit of the weekend. McLaughlin's throw was bounced in, and Gibson sprinted around the tag. The umpires are going to talk it over to confirm that the call should be what it is. He is safe. The game continues, and here comes Ryan Bolton. Bolton was the hero earlier. First one to Bolton. Breaking ball outside corner, a strike. First and second. Winning run at first base. Tying run at second for Ryan Bolton. He takes a first pitch strike. Here's pitch 50 from Keeler Osbin. Floater foul by Bolton. It's strike 2 quickly. Both teams as fans encouraging pitcher-hitter situation here. Bolton had 2 hits off the bench in the first game of the day to help the Eagles rally. Can he do it again here? 0-2. Breaking ball, line to left. Will it hang up for Knuckles? It will. That's the ball game. Newberry holds on barely in the final inning to take one game in the series. They salvaged the series by winning the finale 6-5. Carson-Newman got the winning run on base in the final frame, but comes up short in the series finale. A fun series this weekend at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Carson-Newman wins this series but loses the finale 6-5 to Newberry. Eagles are back at home. They continue an 8-game homestand on March 31st, Tuesday afternoon, a 3 p.m. first pitch with King coming to town to wrap the month of March for Carson-Newman baseball. Eagles dropped to 19-13, 10-11 in the league, while Newberry has win 20. They are 20-14 and 14-7 in conference play. Winning pitcher in the series finale is Mason Brady, his first win of the year, while McCain Mangum suffers his first loss, and the save goes to Keeler Osbin to finish off the job for the Wolves. Carson-Newman wins the series, but Newberry wins the finale 6-5 here on the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman had 12 hits in the finale, but comes up short by a run. Thanks so much for listening and watching throughout the weekend series. We'll continue an 8-game homestand with Carson-Newman baseball hosting King on Tuesday afternoon. Talk to you then here on the Eagles Sports Network.